help the people from the Boston Marathon bombing. So we've got an online. I'm donating my original Waxwork II crew t-shirt online for that. That's kind of a good one. I found it in my drawer and I was like, wow, I didn't even realize I had this. So I threw it up there for auction, and it's actually in really good condition because I think I probably wore it something like twice. So it's 22 years old and in great condition, and it's for a good cause, the One Fund in Boston. So yeah, so that's pretty
Now,
cool.
is there a website or something that someone can, if they want to donate or help
Isn't
out?
Adam coming right after me?
He is.
Yeah, so he'll give you the details on that, on how to if you want to do some kind of a donation or charity thing like that.
Okay.
They have some amazing stuff that's being donated, like Chris Columbus is giving an original draft of Goonies and an original first draft of Gremlins before it was like a kind of amusing movie. It's like this really vicious horror movie. Yeah, like the first draft of Gremlins was completely
Void
not like
of any humor.
Yeah, it was very humorless. It was very brutal. It was a kind of a brutal movie.
Now, were
It's
you
built- it's
involved
built-
from that beginning, or?
No, by the time I got there, it had pretty much
It is what it is.
Yeah, pretty much gotten more whimsical and humorous. And I think Joe Dante was pretty responsible for making it kind of cartoonish,
Which he's known
which
for
he
that,
usually
yeah.
does. Yeah. But I remember when Phoebe and I saw the first cut of the movie, because we got to see it probably about a month before anyone else did. I thought I was, I thought I was kind of making like an action movie. At the time, I thought I was doing something like The Terminator or Aliens or something like that. And when I saw the first cut of the movie, it was so, to me, the tone of it, initially, what I thought I was making, was something so different. When I saw it, Phoebe and I walked out, and Joe and Dante and Mike Fennell were like, so what'd you think? What'd you think? And I was like, could Phoebe and I have a word outside alone? And they were all nervous. And we walked outside, and I was like, what did you think? She's like, it's so weird. It's like a giant cartoon. I was like, I know, but we're in it. It's like, do you like it? She's like, I don't know. Do you like it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And then we came back in and like, so what'd you think? We're like, it's great. We were just overwhelmed. We just couldn't, we had to go outside and collect ourselves and find the words. But it was so strange and so different from what I thought it was going to be like. Then we saw it at Mann's Chinese Theater with 1,500 people. And it played so well. And people were screaming and throwing stuff at the screens and just going crazy. And I was sitting next to her, and we turned to each other, and I was like, I guess we were wrong. It's playing pretty damn well. Playing pretty damn well. Because when we walked out, we were like, I don't know what we just made. Because Joe Dante's style is it's a very personal and kind of eccentric and unique style. Kind of like, it's like his version of Tim Burton. You see a Tim Burton movie, you know it's a Tim Burton movie. You see a Joe Dante movie, you know it's a Joe Dante movie, because it usually has like bizarre, cartoonish elements in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge Joe Dante fan. I love all his films, and the fact that you got to work with him, that's great. And the fact that you got to work with Phoebe Cates. You're a very fortunate man, Zach.
Yeah. I probably have more people ask me about her than just, well, actually no, it's usually, how did those things work? Is usually probably the number one question I get about the Gremlins and stuff. But then number two is, what was it like working with the super hot girl from Fast Times at Ridgemont High? And then I answer, how would you imagine it was like working with him? I was like, yep, that's pretty much the answer. Pretty solid. 16 weeks of pure fun.
Now, you also got to work with Dick Miller, who many of us know is always in Joe Dante films.
Yeah. Well, he's in so many movies. It's funny you brought him up because they're doing a documentary. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the festival called South by Southwest down in Austin, Texas. They're doing a documentary called